It's for the way you look at me. Oh, it's for the only one.
Today we're going to talk about the Great Depression that happened between 1929 and 1939, mainly in the United States, but many other countries were seriously affected by it as well. It all started after World War I when the United States was a winner. After their victory, people started to feel extremely confident, positive, and thrilled, something that impulsed the population to create new businesses and grow bigger the ones that already existed. Like that, the industry started to grow bigger and become most prosperous, making the decade of the 20s one full of joy and wealth for Americans. It was a time of extreme capitalism and overconfidence. That period of time in which economic prosperity was at its peak and called the Roaring Twenties.
People were living a luxurious life, planning to expand businesses all over the world, spending a lot of money, gambling was really common, and people were happy. For rich people, limits were imaginary.
V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that you adore can love. Is all.
But nowadays, we don't remember this event as a great thing because it was the cause for the enormous economic crisis that came after it. The reason for it to cause such a crisis is because all of the growing businesses weren't financed by people's money. They were financed by loans and credits that citizens borrowed from private banks. Also, overproduction created a disaster. The problem was that the banks were weak since the money they received from clients was below lended to others in loans that later wouldn't be paid, causing a lack of money. It started when the stock market crashed in 1939. There were banking panics and massive unemployment. People were looking for solutions and started taking their money out of the banks. This provoked the banking panics, which left the banks without a budget.
No one was safe. Everybody was affected by the Great Crisis.
Poverty was everywhere and people starved, and the president of that time, Herbert Hoover, followed the hands-off policy that said that capitalism is going to fix itself through the law of supply and demand. But this policy didn't work. It was until Franklin Roosevelt arrived to the presidency that things started to get better. He was a Democrat and he implemented the New Deal as the solution of the Great Depression. This policy applied Social Security back up to banks, welfare state was implemented, and employed people to build public works. This all worked very well and the economy of the country started getting better.